Hi good people from all around the world, this is Nick from OVA Let's Plays. Resident Evil Village is an amazing game. It's in my top 5 Resident Evil games for sure, but one of its biggest flaws is its extra content. Many of the issues in Village Mercenaries likely comes from Capcom's plan to release Village and Reverse at the same time. Their focus and resources were split, and they likely didn't want Village Mercenaries to overshadow Reverse due to all the time and effort they put into it. In my opinion, Resident Evil 4 is still the best in the series for many reasons, one of which is its extra content. In today's video I'll be using 4 comparisons from Re4 Mercenaries to show how Village Mercenaries can be improved.
Number 1.
In Re4 Mercenaries you have Leon, Ada, Hunk, Krauser, and Wesker. Each have their own weapon set and some have amazing abilities. Resident Evil Village, on the other hand, just has moldy, oldie Ethan. This is Village Mercenaries' biggest missed opportunity. They could have added Heisenburg, where he can shoot metal fragments at enemies and have close-range melee with his hammer. They could have had Lady D be a tank with mid-range melee with her claws. And they could have had Chris Redfield with his story mode weapons and let him punch enemies like they were boulders. Kapow!
Number 2.
In Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries, there were seemingly endless hordes of enemies. You could get all the time bonuses and either camp out or explore as you racked up combos. If you lost your combo, it sucked, but it wasn't critical as there were enough enemies to get another combo for the needed points. If you made a mistake, you could restart, and it wasn't that big of a deal because you only wasted a couple minutes. It was challenging at times, but it was fun. Village Mercenaries, on the other hand, is tedious and grueling. Stages are much longer with multiple parts, and keeping your combo is absolutely critical to get the needed points. Enemies are limited, and there's a rigid path to the exit. Enemy locations can be confusing. Sometimes you'll have to backtrack or follow a certain sequence for them to show. You could do well on 3/4 of the parts of the stage, only to mess up at the last part and have to restart again. Each time you do this, you can easily lose 5-10 plus minutes. And the added part that sucks with that is each time you do that, you have to sell your ammo to the merchant in order to have the best chance you can have to beat the stage. And that can get old very quickly. A simple option to restart at the part of the stage you messed up on would go a long way to improving this mode.
Number 3.
The first 2 are the major flaws of this game that I saw, but the next 2 are just minor nitpicks really. The first person mode and the story mode of Resident Evil Village works great. It adds to the horror element, it really immerses you in the game. But with the action-packed nature of Mercenaries and how crucial everything is, first person starts to feel a bit tanky in its controls, and I think third person would yield better because you can see around you more as opposed to just straight ahead and peripheral. So I do know with the mods there are third person mods, and I bet Capcom could probably do that for Mercenaries mode, but it's a minor issue really. But that's something that Resident Evil 4 in my opinion does better with the Mercenaries than Resident Evil 8.
Number 4.
The reward for beating Re4 Mercenaries is the handcannon. It's amazing as it can one-shot almost anything in the game. It's a challenge to get, but you don't have to be nearly perfect to get it. The LZ Answerer is a cool weapon, and it helps out with Knives Out and Snake Oil achievement. It's amazing with its multifunction mode. However, it doesn't fit with the game or lore as well as a Dagger of Death's Flowers would have. Also, the SS rank required to get it is a bit steep as it requires you to be nearly perfect in each stage. S rank would have been a better fit with SS reserved for a bunch of CP points and bragging rights. These are the things that Capcom could fix in a future update. If I could only pick one thing to fix, it would be to have the option to restart at each part. This should be relatively easy to fix, and it would really help with the frustration and tedium of Resident Evil Village Mercenaries. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, everybody.